Have you ever wondered why people are developing serious illnesses at younger and younger ages? Indeed, half of Americans have chronic diseases. Why is it that more people than ever, 2/3 of Americans, are overweight or obese? Why is it that 99% of people, including top-level athletes and people who focus on healthy eating, still have nutrient deficiencies? Hi, I'm Dr. Jana Bogues. Welcome to the first video in a 3-part mini-series on creating health from the soil up that will give you insight into these issues as well as how we can solve the problems. Foods are only as good as the soil in which they are grown. Scientific studies of the US and UK food nutrient databases show that our foods have lost up to 70% of their nutrient content over the last 100 years. This directly correlates to the huge losses of nutrients in the soil. Without replenishing and optimizing the balance of nutrients in soil, our foods will not have their full potentials to act as healing foods. My work in the world is to optimize our soils to be able to grow deeply nourishing foods. I call this going beyond organic to nutrition grown. Yes, even organic foods, while they contain fewer pesticides, are not necessarily more nutrient dense. This has been shown in hundreds of scientific studies. So even if most of the foods you're eating are organically grown, you can still be nutrient deficient. Due to health problems in my own life and in my family, I have been researching ways to achieve optimal health for many decades. I knew that the food we eat can make huge differences in our health, so I started my career as a nutritionist. Then I came to realize, with several scientific studies which came out, that our foods were no longer what they could be, or should be, or what they once were. How are we supposed to heal or even just stay healthy if we don't have the full spectrum and amounts of nutrients we need? I felt that it was my mission and calling to go back to the soil and optimize it, thus creating health from the soil up. I studied everything I could find inside and outside of universities about how to improve the soil and subsequently our health. I did original, groundbreaking dissertation research bridging the gap between soil health and human health. Then I developed the Beyond Organic growing system to create the most nutritious foods ever. My research has proven that we can restore food nutrient density. I have the data that shows we can double food nutrient values as compared to USDA food nutrient databases. Almost everyone is nutrient deficient these days, even people who focus on improving their health. Lots of people take nutritional supplement pills thinking that that is the answer, but still end up nutrient deficient. This is borne out by numerous scientific studies. These pills are not able to do what quality grown foods can do, and some of them are actually extremely detrimental. For example, most calcium supplements are just ground up rocks which cannot be utilized properly by the body. They end up depositing in the soft tissues of the body and causing problems like hardening of the arteries, premature aging, and calcification of the pineal gland so that it no longer functions properly. We are meant to get our nutrition from high-quality, fresh foods. Widespread nutrient deficiencies aren't a new phenomenon. Way back in the 1930s, a physician named Dr. Charles Northern became interested in growing better quality food because he felt that 99% of people were nutrient deficient. This was nearly 100 years ago. And as I said earlier, since that time, we have had huge drops in food nutrient content. You may have noticed how humanity as a whole is becoming sicker and sicker. The incidence of cancer continues to rise. Now, 1 in 2 people will have cancer in their lifetime. Diabetes is rising out of control, with 1 in 3 children born since the year 2000 expected to develop this terrible disease. Autoimmune diseases are rampant. Americans are now living shorter and shorter lives with chronic diseases starting at younger and younger ages. If we don't have the full spectrum of nutrients we need, our bodies can't function properly because each nutrient plays a vital role in our metabolism. There's another super important thing for our health that has been largely overlooked. That is biophoton energy. This underlying energy, this energetic template, is the basis of life. Biophoton, literally translated, means life light. It is our life energy, sometimes referred to as chi or ki or prana. Beneath our body's metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, vitamins, enzymes, etc., is the underlying biophoton energy which animates life. This has not been understood by the majority of humanity, yet it is crucial to our health and our lives in general. It is an understanding that is just recently coming to light due to the work of a few scientific researchers primarily based in Europe. Dr. Fritz Albert Popp and other researchers have published in scientific journals, but the information has not made it into the minds of the general public. The mass media has their own agenda, steering people to what they want people to believe. The powers that be don't want people to be healthy and happy. They want people to buy the newest junk food, to get sick, buy pharmaceutical drugs, and then become sicker and take more pharmaceuticals. You get it. It's a downward spiral, a very sad scenario. I want to change that sad scenario. My research has been focused toward optimizing our health, largely by optimizing the foods we put into our bodies. The Beyond Organic growing system increases the biophoton energy in foods. When we eat these high vibrational frequency foods, we increase our own levels of coherent biophoton life energy. This is the basis of health and happiness, the basis of life. There are other factors, of course, that influence your health, but the food you choose to put in your mouth is one of the most important and the one that you can control. It's hard to control harmful chemicals in the air we breathe and electromagnetic fields in our environment, but by growing and eating our own optimized foods, we can improve our body's abilities to deal with other stressors. The great news is that we can restore our soils to optimal balance and get back on the road to health. When you eat these amazing foods, giving your body what it needs, you will feel satisfied. Your weight and body composition will naturally normalize too, helping you look and feel your best. Join with me in restoring and optimizing our soils, our foods, our health, and our world. With the Beyond Organic growing system, you can grow your own amazing healing garden with plenty of food to share. Let's live our lives to our full potentials as happy, healthy, loving, and productive individuals. In the next video in this series, I will explain not only how we can double nutrient content in foods and increase the life energy in that food, but also achieve more abundant yields, better flavor and texture, longer shelf life, as well as having fewer problems with plant pests and diseases. All of this together means that you can have better food that is better for you. Yum! If you love the concept of going beyond organic to nutrition grown, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks for helping to get this message out to more people. Let's stay connected. Enter your email below to see the next video and get updates on Beyond Organic Growing. See you next time.